Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth on this matter before the commission today?
Yes. Hello, everybody.
Excuse me again. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Jerry Menderes Garcia. I had concerns about the tower only because the fact where I live, the Verizon tower there is growing overnight. It's a huge concern. They're building that thing overnight. The electromagnetic radiation from the 5G is super strong. Brussels banned 5G from their country. In the short research they did, they found it was very harmful to the human body. So my concern is the people that are living next to these towers, and the community when it's going to be building back up, the kids and stuff that come within the area of this tower, how do they know if it's going to be safe? Because when I called Department of Health in Oahu to ask who monitors the electromagnetic radiation off of these towers, and their answer to me was there's nobody in the state of Hawaii that does that. The reason for that is they don't got the equipment for it. So right now, in my community, the Verizon tower is literally growing overnight. They work on it at night so that nobody can question them. So where is Verizon gonna be when the questions come to the table about these things? That's just a concern, because if a country banned 5G, and this is what they're working on now, we only live on a rock. We gotta have consideration for the kids, the kupuna and all that, just humans, just, it's kind of scary to think, because, the homes where I live, next to the towers, they have a humming sound through the homes. It's a humming sound, and they turn off their power in the home, and it's still humming. So right now we're in talks with people to try to get those towers moved, and I think you guys might want to take into consideration these things. Who is going to monitor that radiation off of those towers? So thank you guys for your guys' time.
Thank you. Any questions for the?
Yes, I have a question for the testifier. Mr. Garcia, you mentioned, do you live in the area? Can you show us where you live?
No, not this area.
Oh,
I live
okay.
on Hamakua, but this is the issues that we're having right now.
Okay, and you also mentioned that they're building a tower right now and they're building it overnight.
No, it's been up, but they're working. It's been up for a while. I mean, I look at the TMK, it's been worked on since '96 or something. And the thing is, it's growing overnight, so it's concerning, because, one of the community members said that he went out there and they tested these things just themselves with a fluorescent bulb, and that thing illuminated out there. So if that thing can illuminate, and it's next to our community center and park, and so, we're not gonna do no upgrades to our parks there, because we know the kids close to that thing there, and we got community members that is concerned, especially kids, just humans in general.
Okay, so you say it's glowing, not growing. I mean, so you
The
mentioned.
tower is growing.
So they're working on it overnight.
At
is
night,
what you're saying?
yeah. We got video of them working on it at night.
Are they adding on stacks?
Oh,
Or
the thing is getting bigger and bigger, man. That thing is and there's no blinking light on it,
Some conditions we set forth, you're not supposed to be working at night and all that
Right.
stuff. So that particular project could be in violation, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for the agenda item is for this applicant. But thank you for sharing it with us.
I think it's a concern. He's talking about putting one tower up. There's nobody to monitor that thing. So instead of approving something like that without having people to monitor those important things, these things create cancer and all that stuff, You just got to take into consideration people's lives. But thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. I agree with you, and this topic and subject has come up over every cell tower we've discussed since I've been here. And today I'm not feeling like pulling the rug out from under the cell tower, Celco, But I would like to say, the next time you come before us, you best have answers to the questions Mr. Garcia brought up, or I'll just vote against it. I understand what Commissioner Au is saying about communication, but what good is communication if we're all dead? Well, we won't die overnight, but it's worth addressing seriously. And if not, who's going to regulate it? Who's going to watch it? Anyway, that's my discussion.
If I can address that matter, this is a common matter that comes up before the Planning Commission, and it's a common matter that's brought before the Planning Commission, health risks regarding emissions from cell towers. And unfortunately, the Commission is limited to be able to deny those applications based on health emissions. And the reason why is if you look at your background report on page 2, number 5, it talks about the Telecommunications Act of 1996. They're saying that there's not enough evidence to prove that there are these health risks being generated. Until such times as that has been proven, the federal government limits the ability to deny those permits based on that fact. So what has been suggested in the past is there be these new studies done, these new updated studies to be able to show those types of conclusions. But at this point, until that law is changed, because it has happened before, and that usually is brought up. But thank you.
Thank you.
I would also like to add that it's not just limited, it's prohibited from making your decision concerning that. So he used the nice word limited, but it's prohibited